When I first came to Dr. Darnita, it was probably March of 2022, February or March of 2022. And at that time, when I walked first into her offices, it was for chiropractic services. I had pulled my thoracic fascial joint in my shoulder getting out of the bed. I'm only 45, but I pulled it getting out of the bed, and I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, I couldn't lie down, I couldn't walk, mobility was just a problem. And so originally I came in to see Dr. Darnita because of her chiropractic services. But as we started to talk, I started to tell her about all of the things that had been taking place in my life. My mother had passed away 5 years ago, and in the fall of 2021, I had finally gotten a grief counselor, a therapist, and done all of the things, and I had come into acceptance around her death. And in the spring of 2022, I had started to develop a meditative practice. So I was doing a lot of good work on my own, but my body was breaking down on me. And I came to her for the thoracic fascial joint, but then I asked her, I said, is it normal when people start to heal from trauma that they actually get sick, like physically sick in their bodies? And she said, yes, that grief and that trauma has to come up before it can come out. And so she started to talk to me about her naturopathic healthcare services and the purification program that she had. I did some tests, ran some tests ahead of starting the program, and my numbers were all over the place. I had recently been diagnosed a diabetic. I was 30 or 40 pounds overweight. My kidney functions were problematic. My liver function was problematic. My cholesterol was high. My bad cholesterol was high. My good cholesterol was low. It was just like a mess, a complete mess. And so she put me on her purification health program, and within the first 12 days, I stopped hurting. My body stopped hurting, my back stopped hurting, my knees, my joints stopped aching. At the end of that 21-day period, when I went back to get my tests and numbers run, my numbers had completely shifted around. Over the next 3 or 4 months, I lost about 30 or 35 pounds. I got off of the metformin. They wanted to put me on a statin. I didn't have to take that anymore. All of the medications, save my blood pressure medicine, which is incredibly hereditary, I was able to come off of everything else. And then she began to actually treat my fibroids, because I also had fibroids when I walked in to see her. And she was able to provide me with supplements, natural supplements, tinctures, and an overall approach to living a lifestyle that completely changed my health around. So I'm so grateful for her being able to give me my health back as I got my joy and my peace back from dealing with my mother's death. So anybody who asks me, I talk about Darnita all the time. Dr. Darnita is the truth. So if you're trying to get your life together and you're trying to get your health together and get on a path that you'll be able to sustain for the rest of your life, then you need to come see Dr. Darnita, and you need to come to the Align Wellness Center, period.